We've come to a different section of the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals where they have a lot of modern muscle cars showcased, and I'm here with Larry Weiner standing in front of some awesome looking late model Mopar performance cars, but these are special.
Yes, Kevin, they are special. These are Hurst Challengers. You know, Hurst is an iconic name when you think of muscle cars dating all the way back to George Hurst and the 442s and the Hurst Grand Prix and Hurst Rambler Scramblers, and it's kind of a long, impressive list of muscle cars that are part of American history, the fabric of muscle cars. And you look at that and you say, there's been a gap since they stopped doing Hurst cars, and it created a window of opportunity that we met with Hurst, and they said, yes, let's do some Hurst cars together as a team. They worked with Mr. Norm back in '69 to do the 440M Code darts and built them for Mr. Norm. Today, it's 180 degrees the other way, and today Mr. Norm is building these Hurst Challengers for Hurst in conjunction with Hurst.
Unbelievable.
Yes, it is. It's a real honor and a pleasure to do that. And we have two cars here on display at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals this year that are both Hurst cars. This B5 blue one, in fact, is the very first ever Hurst Hellcat.
Wow. So when you said you approached Hurst, when these cars are coming together, who's actually building them?
We build them. The Mr. Norm's team actually builds these cars. Mm-hmm. We infuse them with as many Hurst products for content as exist. Hurst wheels, Hurst springs, the manual trans cars get Hurst shifters, Hurst carpet mats. If it's Hurst and it's made, it's on these Hurst equipped badges. We're very faithful to supporting and embracing the brand, and that's what the enthusiast wants. They want that Hurst content and branding. That's what they're loyal to. That's what gets them all excited.
Sure. And then what is the Mr. Norm's aspect of it?
Well, when you flip the other side of the coin, of course, Norm is known for performance Mopars in particular,
forever.
Dodges, right? So we've developed a line of products for the new Challenger, like the Speedway rear spoiler or the splitter. We've designed with CATSkin these cool Hurst seating, and all of these parts work in tandem to create this designed vehicle that's all integrated. The joining of two great names, Hurst and Mr. Norm, in one package.
Well, the thing that I think is really impressive is you were able to do all of that without overdoing it. I mean, these things look fantastic.
Well, thanks. And you know, we try to take an OEM approach to design, integration, theming, what makes sense for a vehicle. If you look at it, it'll talk to you. Does it work? And that's what we try to do. Our industrial designer, who's a graduate of college in designing automobiles, and we do renderings before we ever go to real steel, to make sure that this concept is going to work. If it works on paper, you got a good chance it'll work on car. If it's fighting on paper, it's never going to translate.
So I think it's very cool too, because the Hurst image, usually with the black and gold or the white and gold, it's kind of in your face, but the whole car is. It doesn't look like a car with a few things stuck to it, and you've been able to capture that again.
Oh, and thank you. And that was the point. You know, the first one we did was a white and gold car, and then we followed with the black and gold. Mm-hmm. And then you start getting calls, well, can I do a different color, like this one? Mm-hmm. And he wanted a B5 blue Hellcat. Could you do it? Well, let's talk about what would be involved, what color striping, what color interior. We like to involve the owner in the process. And at the end of the day, it's still going to be a Hurst car, but it's Hurst your way. It's your car. And you may have a chance at a one-in-one. It'll never be duplicated.
Yeah, and the B5 blue with the white and the red pinstripe, it is such a late 60s look, but it works perfectly on this car.
Yeah, it has a very vintage flavor, and yet the car is totally modern. It's the best of both worlds.
Do we have a target for the amount of these that are going to be built?
Yes, it's limited to 50 cars a year.
Wow.
We run the whole Hurst registry for these cars. There's number 1 through 50, and when the 50th one is done, that program closes for the year. It's done.
How does somebody learn about them or get one?
That's really easy. We have a website, the Mr. Norm's website, mrnorms.com. All of the vehicle packages are on the website. The dealers we work through are very supportive and very embracing of the program. They're car guys to begin with. They're in the automobile business, so they get it. And so dealerships such as Bozak in Merrillville, Indiana, you call them, they will help you one-on-one. They get me on a conference call to help with the customer. If we're going to design something special or they have questions, I'm very glad to be involved in the process. Each one is special.
So it's an OE level pro-built custom car with some of the best names in history attached to it.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Tell Norm that we said hi, and Larry, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.